Elections for TCI may be in 2012. This is according to a ministerial statement presented to the UK House of Parliament yesterday, December 9th. This announcement didn't sit too well with political leaders here in the TCI. News 4 spoke with leader of the People's Democratic Movement, the PDM, Douglas Parnell, to get his reaction.
There are a number of things in the statement that we're going through right now. We will put out a very detailed response by tomorrow. But I must say that our initial response is that there are a number of things that we have been demanding for quite some time. One is that there be a financial package put in place so that we can put a floor underneath the deterioration of the Turks and Caicos government's finances. And the commitment in this statement towards making sure that that package is put in place early in the new year so that we can put that floor in is reassuring. The second thing in there is that we've been demanding that the political parties engage in a more productive manner, and there seems to be some commitment on the part in the ministerial statement about engaging the political parties, and we would welcome that. Where elections and the delay of elections are concerned, I think both political parties have agreed that we should stick to the timetable of July 2011, but in any event no later than December 2011. I think we would have to wait until December 15th to see when in 2012 that they would consider. But it seems to be very predicated on the milestones being met. And so my initial view is that some of the milestones have already been met, actually. And so we would hope that we can work very swiftly on getting the remaining milestones done as soon as possible.
Now, leader of the Progressive National Party, PNP, Clayton Green, who was out of the country, in a statement to our newsroom, said the date for the return to democracy is now more uncertain than it ever was. He continued, quote, "Number one, we have moved from July 2011 to possibly 2012. This is unacceptable and should be rejected. What needs to happen is a firm date to be fixed for elections, that is no later than December 2011. Number two, the investigations and prosecution should under no circumstances factor in the process. You cannot hinge and correlate what are judicial processes with executive decisions. It corrupts the system and makes it impossible for justice to be seen to be done. Three, all of the financial and public sector initiatives should be implemented around elected officials who will ultimately have to carry them out. If the true intention of the administration was to implement policies that improve our democracy, they would never consider seeking to implement these changes outside of the parliamentary process. 4. We should be careful how we concede the passage of social legislation to the administration. The grant of belongerships have social, political, and economic consequences, and the numbers of persons who acquire belonger status in any given year, their places of origin, etc., should always be a matter for democratically elected politicians. 5. There is again nothing mentioned about private sector development, and this shows a wanton disregard for the cries of the people and an unwillingness to accept that their attempts to balance a budget and a shrinking economy by manipulating the public sector spending side is ludicrous. If we are not prepared to act, we will be here in 2015 debating the same question. The question is, are we ready now? I am convinced more today than ever before that what is required is a national action plan. The British are not listening and will not listen. We have rights, but we must protect them. The time is now." End quote. For WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.